photos began circulating online late Friday night. Images of Khloé Kardashian and Scott Disick together at a private Calabasas gathering, appearing far more at ease than two people who have spent years insisting their relationship is strictly family. This time, the internet didn't just notice. It detonated. The situation started quietly. A few low-quality, unpolished photos taken inside an exclusive, members-only restaurant. No paparazzi setup, no posed angles, just an unguarded moment that immediately became fuel for speculation. Scott leaned toward Khloé as if sharing something meant only for her. Khloé laughed, her hand resting casually on his arm, her attention fully on him. It was the kind of interaction that could easily be innocent. Or exactly the moment people have been waiting to see. Within hours, the images were everywhere. X, TikTok, Reddit paired with captions like, "Here we go again," and "Kourtney is not going to take this well." Fan accounts did what they always do. Slowed the footage, zoomed in, dissected posture, proximity, and touch. It wasn't explicit, but it didn't need to be. When the history is this complicated, even subtle intimacy is enough to ignite the internet. And no, this wasn't the first time Khloé and Scott's relationship raised eyebrows. Their bond has always lived under a microscope. Shared vacations, late-night dinners, inside jokes, emotional moments on the show. That playful, teasing chemistry fans either describe as endearing or deeply uncomfortable. But this time felt different. Because the family had only just finished trying to mend the damage from the last fallout. When Kourtney openly admitted on camera how painful it was to see her sister and her ex maintaining such emotional closeness. She confessed that it felt like reopening a chapter she had worked hard to close. Now, with these new images spreading uncontrollably, that chapter felt torn open again without warning. One unnamed source told a gossip outlet that Khloé has always felt protective of Scott, but the timing could not be worse. Kourtney is still sensitive, and the optics are brutal. The second the photos hit social media, comment sections exploded. Not this again. When will Khloé learn? They've always had chemistry, and it's officially too much. Kourtney is about to post a quote, "Just wait." And predictably, TikTok creators got to work. Old clips of Scott and Khloé were stitched together with Kourtney's most emotional confessionals. Dramatic audios like "Kill Bill" and "Traitor" turned the situation into a serialized heartbreak drama. In under 12 hours, #Scott and Khloé was trending globally. Some fans rushed to defend them, insisting it was nothing more than friendship, loyalty, family ties. But a growing number of people weren't buying that explanation anymore. One comment captured the mood perfectly. "I understand being close, but if my sister and my ex acted like that, I'd lose it." By Saturday morning, insiders claimed Kourtney had already seen the photos. Her reaction matched exactly what longtime Kardashian observers expected. No public meltdown, no rant, no impulsive response. Just silence. And in Kardashian language, silence is never meaningless. Silence is deliberate. Hours later, Kourtney posted a quote to her Instagram story. "You can forgive people and still never trust them the same again." No names, no clarification, no context. None was needed. The message landed instantly, and any remaining calm vanished. The emotional wound reopened, and this time, it didn't feel like sadness. It felt like anger. Because after all the boundaries she'd set, all the conversations she'd endured, all the emotional weight she'd carried, the same pattern was repeating itself. That's what made this moment explosive. Khloé and Scott's relationship has never been simple. It has always existed in an uneasy space between sweet and strange. What began as sarcasm evolved into emotional dependence, loyalty, comfort, and a connection that survived nearly every family collapse. When Scott first entered the Kardashian orbit in the early 2000s, Khloé openly despised him. She called him toxic, manipulative, and wrong for Kourtney. She was his loudest critic. But over time, that changed. Khloé watched Scott fall apart. His struggles with addiction, grief, loss, public humiliation, private breakdowns. She saw him unravel and rebuild again and again. And through that chaos, a bond formed. The kind that grows when two people keep showing up for each other after everyone else steps away. Scott even admitted on the show that Khloé was there when no one else was, that she became his person, his closest friend. Fans never forgot that. As years passed, that best friend energy became the most controversial relationship in the family. The jokes felt intimate. The teasing felt charged. Sometimes it crossed from sibling-coded into something uncomfortably couple-adjacent. Even when Kourtney tried to appear unaffected, viewers noticed the looks she gave, the pauses, the things she didn't say. After Kourtney's emotional breakdown last year, many assumed the message finally landed. Khloé said she would respect boundaries. Scott promised to pull back. Kourtney seemed to find peace. New marriage, new baby, a calmer life, less chaos. Until now. Because these photos don't look like a one-time lapse. They look like a pattern. A cycle that keeps resurfacing no matter how clearly Kourtney draws the line. According to one insider, Kourtney doesn't necessarily believe anything romantic is happening. The real pain comes from the emotional tone, the familiarity, the comfort, the closeness that drags her back into a life she fought to leave behind. For Kourtney, it isn't jealousy. It's disrespect. It's the realization that the people closest to her still don't fully grasp how draining, triggering, and damaging this dynamic is for her. What makes it worse is how different everyone's lives are now. Kourtney is a wife and mother, fully immersed in her peace era. Khloé is healing from her own heartbreak, trying to build stability. Scott remains suspended in between, still attached to the family, but never fully moving forward. So when the photos surfaced, it didn't just feel poorly timed. It felt like confirmation that nothing ever truly healed. By Sunday morning, every major outlet jumped in: TMZ, Page 6, Daily Mail, all running variations of the same headline. Khloé and Scott spark controversy again. How does Kourtney feel? But behind the headlines was a quieter truth. Kourtney wasn't wondering. She was finished. Another source claimed she felt betrayed, not because she believes they're secretly together, but because she's exhausted from being the only one who enforces her boundaries. This time, there were no tears, only distance. And that's why the images mattered. On their own, they were just blurry restaurant photos, meaningless. But when Khloé, Kardashian, and Scott Disick appear in the same frame with that kind of body language, the context does the damage. One image showed Scott leaning in close, whispering. Khloé laughing, his hand resting on the back of her chair. Not overtly romantic, but undeniably intimate. By the time it hit Reddit, it had tens of thousands of upvotes and endless theories. Another photo showed Khloé's hand on Scott's arm, her head tilted as she laughed. Natural, comfortable, familiar. Fans didn't see it as isolated because they've witnessed this exact dynamic for years, on camera and off. Then came the photo that pushed it over the edge. The two leaving together long after most guests had gone, walking side by side like a unit. The way Scott looked at her while opening the car door. Fans said, that wasn't a look you give your sister. TikTok investigators went full forensic. Outfit matching, location identification, timeline reconstruction. Some claimed it was the same restaurant Scott once took an ex to. Others argued Khloé's outfit proved it was a recent event. The theories spread faster than any PR response. And the loudest detail: no one spoke. No denial, no clarification, no statement. But Kardashian watchers know the rule. Silence means strategy. It doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means something is unfolding privately, and it's escalating. One reporter claimed Kris Jenner's team scrambled to contain the fallout before it affected future episodes. But this isn't a PR problem. It's unresolved emotional history. When Kourtney saw the photos, she didn't explode. She didn't argue. She didn't demand answers. She scrolled. She rewatched. She relived. And according to insiders, She said one word that said everything. Of course. Not shocked. Just disappointed. She posted again later, soft lighting, a quiet candle, a message about not being able to heal where you were broken. No tags, no explanations. Everyone understood who it was for. That post wasn't just aimed at Scott. It was aimed at Khloé. Sources claim Khloé panicked when she saw it and immediately texted Kourtney. No PR language, no emojis, just honesty. I'm sorry if this hurt you. It wasn't like that. Please don't think I'd disrespect you. Kourtney read it and didn't reply. Not out of spite, but because she's already said everything she needed to say. This time, her silence was the boundary. Meanwhile, Travis Barker reportedly tried to ground her, reminding her she's outgrown this cycle, that she doesn't owe anyone access to her peace, that boundaries are not cruelty. They're survival. By Sunday, Khloé was in damage control mode, hopping to avoid another drawn-out sister conflict. But the truth is, it's already happening. Because when Kourtney goes quiet, fans get louder. And when fans get louder, the media follows. This time, Kourtney's anger isn't emotional. It's deliberate. She isn't chasing closure. She's choosing distance. And that's what makes this moment different. When someone stops explaining, stops negotiating, stops trying. That isn't weakness. That's finality. The family is fractured again. The sisterhood strained again. And the silence speaks louder than any statement. Because behind the filters and curated moments lies a reality no PR strategy can erase. This family built an empire on unity. But right now, the cracks are undeniable. For Kourtney, this isn't about one dinner. It's about boundaries, real ones. After years of carrying emotional weight, she's finally choosing herself, even if that choice costs peace within her own family. Khloé remains stuck in the middle. The fixer, the one who believes love can smooth over anything. Her bond with Scott may not be malicious,